Hey, welcome to Sipper Social Club. I'm Jeremy, and today I have a blind tasting of the Glenallachie 10-year-old cask strengths, batch 3, 4, and 5. Since Billy Walker has taken over the Glenallachie distillery, the rebranding has been excellent. They've come with some really good whiskeys. You may have heard me talk about these before. I named batch 4 my value Scotch whiskey of the year last year. Batch 3, 4, and 5, fairly similar in color, very dark, a little bit different than batches 1 and 2, but they still use the same maturation types, ex-bourbon, virgin oak, PX, and Oloroso sherry casks. ABV on these, all pretty much around the mid-50s, they're all right here. Which one should you consider buying if you're thinking about it? I'll let you know my blind thoughts on this as I go through. These are all in random order. I'll let you know which one I think is the best. And of course, if you guys watched the channel before, you know that I do blinds twice. So I'll go through, pick my favorite, and then tomorrow I'll go through it all again. If the results are the same, you have your consensus. If not, maybe go through it a third time just to see, because we all know blind tastings do give you an unbiased opinion, but it's just for that day. We've all gone through whiskeys, tried them different days, and thought differently of them each time. So I always do it twice just to make sure that I have my favorite. Let's get started. All right, starting off right here with glass 1. Let's see what we get. So all of these share very similar components. You're getting lots of like thick, heavy sherry, gooiness, the stuff that you love in sherry bombs. So the red fruits coming through big time on this. Lots of like dates and figs, the raisin as you'd expect, sherry casks. Almost kind of like a fruit punch kind of aspect to this. Really nice. So good. So right away, right on the palate, lots of like plum, like red plum, really heavy red plum notes. And then right into the finish, like chocolate, lots of like fudge kind of elements to it, like that like fudge ice cream, chocolate fudge ice cream. Lots of berries, like raspberry, strawberry, kind of like jam quality notes to it. Excellent stuff. Absolutely love it. Let's go to glass 2. All right, glass 2 on the nose. Again, that same kind of element. This one maybe a little more on like that subtle wood notes, maybe a little bit of oak, more oak influence I get on this nose. But again, really nice, maybe a little more like cherry kind of aspect to this one. All right, so this one in the finish, definitely more that strawberry and raspberry like puree, more so than like the chocolate and the fudge. This one definitely more on the fruit forward, in my opinion. Yeah, this is really kind of like strawberry, like cake topping, strawberry cake topping, strawberry pie filling, raspberry pie filling, like that kind of like cooked down style fruit notes to this one. Excellent stuff. Very good. Very good indeed. Do a little sip of water. All right, glass 3. So this one maybe like a little more charcoal feel to it, maybe a little more like leather aspect to go along with all that fruit. So the finish on this, very different than the finish on the other two. Definitely more oak influence, in my opinion. A little bit more spice. You got a little more like peppery aspect to this one for sure. Don't get as much as like that fudgy chocolate note as I got on the first two. Some peppery, maybe even like a little bit of licorice. A little bit of licorice note on that. So these do all kind of share very similar aspects, but they all are independent, unique in their profile. They kind of branch off a little bit of their main core, sherry influence stuff. They branch out a little bit more. Really good. Very complex. All of these are really nice, complex whiskeys. They all have a lot going for them. They're all very delicious indeed. I'm going to palate cleanse. I'm going to go through them one more time, and I'll pick my winner. But yeah, lots of like viscosity. Of course, these are all very viscous. Really nice. Almost kind of like this like danky kind of sherry note going on with this that you get with like older sherry casks. I think this one probably has the sweetest aspect to it, both on the nose and on the finish. Getting that like really nice sweet vanilla ice cream with that chocolate fudge. Yeah, all really good. But I think for me, I pretty much know that this glass, the first glass, is definitely my favorite. Between these two, I think I'm going to say that probably this one was my second favorite. So leaving this one last. You guys know exactly what they are because I had them up here. So let's check it out. Last place, this is going to be Batch 5. Batch 5 coming in last. Second place, Batch 3. And of course, Batch 4 coming in first. So there it is, Batch 4, my favorite. Again, all really close, all very, very delicious. I'll run this through again tomorrow. Let's see if we get the same results. And if we do, we'll have a consensus. If not, I'll run it through a third time, and we'll see what we get. Cheers, guys. All right, it's the next day. Let's see if the results are the same as before. I'll start right here with glass 1, see what we get. The balance between these whiskeys, between like the sweet notes and like the spicy elements to it, you know, it balances out that like that heavy sherry. It just, these things are so good. So today I'm picking up more of the oak elements in these than I did yesterday. Maybe a little bit of coffee, even too. A little bit of like coffee cake, coffee dessert, in that one. Delicious. I'm getting kind of more notes than I got previously with these. More experience you have, you know, maybe get a couple more things. Really good. Really good. So I'm pretty confident in which ones I prefer. I think for me, glass 3 is probably my least favorite of all of them. I think that bitter chocolate note, it's good, but it doesn't resonate to my palate, whereas the chocolate notes I'm getting from the other whiskeys, I like just a little bit more. I kind of like that like richer milk chocolate fudge note that I get from the other two, that this one's kind of more that bitter dark chocolate. So that's, I'm going to say third place. Second place, I'm going with glass 1. I thought this one kind of maybe in between the two as far as where those like sweet notes with the berry notes are concerned, and then glass 2 was definitely my winner. I think this one, that rich milk chocolate with the fudge aspect to it, with the berries, the complexity, the balance is better, I think, in this version than the other two. So you guys know what it is. My favorite is Batch 4. There it is, Batch 4, same as yesterday. And then second place, we had Batch 3, which is the same as yesterday, and Batch 5. So there it is. Batch 4 is my favorite, followed by Batch 3, and then Batch 5. I think if you are at a store and you have the option of choosing a batch between these three, my favorite is Batch 4, followed by Batch 3, and then Batch 5, the newest one. Very, very good whiskey. I think that the notes, for my palate, just work better with the previous two batches. So there you have it, consensus with both days, so I'm confident in saying that Batch 4 is my favorite of the three. Let me know what you think. The Glenallachie 10-year-old cask strengths, I mean, just delicious, delicious stuff. The stuff they're doing at Glenallachie right now, you know, very, very good as far as sherry influence in their whiskeys. I think they're recasking a lot of the stuff there, and it's turning out really, really well. So let me know what you think. Have you tried these batches before, and what's the one that you prefer most? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.